everyone, and welcome back to Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 2. This is episode 5. Last time, we continued to explore a desolate future that Mobius had set Raziel on, and we met Ariel at the Pillars. We had another conversation with Kain about the future, and then we managed to successfully enter the Air Forge and power up our blade with another element. And then we managed to blast open an old time stream chamber of Mobius's to send us back into the past, into the furthest we've ever been, I believe. Potentially, yeah. I believe we're in the furthest back that we've ever been, or it may be sort of around that similar time period of William the Just, maybe. I'm not entirely sure on the timeline specifics, obviously, but I believe we've headed back to when the Sarafan were up and at 'em, so to speak, before they had been wiped out. What's interesting is entering this chamber with the pillars is we've got a bunch of spirit boys with that are usually only hanging out in the depths near these darkness, light, and air elemental wells. And the Elder God did not have a cutscene or any dialogue for us. In fact, the Elder was smaller, just one eye instead of multiple at this point. So that was very interesting to see. Something that we're doing for science, we will investigate, and we want to see if anything is different here, is we are going to the top. We're going to the main pillars section, and I want to see what's going on there. Just to have a look. Wow, okay. So interestingly enough, this mural is still here, but it's more worn, it's faded. It's in worse condition in the past. Unless it's... Okay, it's snowing outside. Maybe it's just covered in snow, guys. But no, it genuinely looks a little trash, which is quite interesting. There you go. So the mural is still there, and it is snowing. So we're gonna head back just to see... These creatures are just roaming the wilds now. Okay, interesting. Now, our objective is not this way at all. Our objective is to go all the way over to the right-hand side there to Janos Aldrin's retreat. So we did encounter the destroyed version in the future. So assumedly that's going to be nice and open for us to head over there now. But what was the Pillars of Nosgoth like way back when, during the time of the Sarafan, during Janos Aldrin's time period of just living peacefully, you know? The pillars, they stand, obviously. Oh, there is a cutscene. Exciting. Curiosity has been rewarded.
For all the butchery of Mobius's crusade, this massacre was somehow more chilling. The killing fields of the Sarafan betrayed a kind of orderly ruthlessness, the cold-blooded righteousness of the true believer.
Shit, okay. So the Sarafan have just mounted the vampires on spikes at the pillars. They got their flags up. That's cool. I don't know if there's anything else going on here. I mean, how far back would we really think to go? Oh, it would be quite interesting to go all the way back to the Sarafan stronghold, actually. Yes, indeed. Okay. Considering our starting point was the Sarafan stronghold, let's see.
There's another one!
Oh, this is so cool.
Here at last, in the flesh, I beheld my former brothers in arms, the warrior priests of the Sarafan Order, their lives devoted solely to the annihilation of the vampire plague. And while I confess, I felt a twinge of longing, a pang of grief for what I had believed was my lost virtue, I regarded them now with none of the reverence I formerly felt. For I had seen the human face of the vampires, and now I beheld the monstrousness of these men.
Wow. And now we are the enemy of the Sarafan. Oh, this is cool. And also quite sad. I have slain many of you in my time in Blood Omen. Ve Victus! Ve Victus! Ve Victus! Ve Victus! Wow, okay, slaying the Sarafan ourselves, huh? That feels like that's being a little bit more than a pebble in a stream, you know? Raziel goes to the Sarafan stronghold in the past and kills them all. That feels like consequences, you know? But I definitely think this is worth checking out. I think that's just to get back, right? Yeah, that'll just be to get back. There's a darkness one here. Return to hell, okay. Oh, this is cool, because this pillar is still standing. And we can have a look at this thing, but it's... I wonder if... Still, we look upon this, and it's just... a mysterious little landmark. Now, obviously there's no fast travel between these locations, and it makes sense with our time traveling across locations that you wouldn't just be able to zip across any spot that we've been to. And I think this is one of those main reasons why... Oh! Yo! They got long range fighters to replace the Mobius's gunmen. That's cool. Kamehameha! Amazing. This is the situation where that makes the most sense of there not being any fast travel, because it's all about the curiosity and the exploration here. You're like, oh, what if I make that journey, you know, all the way back to the Pillars and the Sarafan?
The frozen surface of the lake had bound the gates of the stronghold shut. The Sarafan surely had some other means of entry. But this was the only one known to me. To infiltrate the fortress, I would need to find some way to release these gates from their icy bonds.
I think that is confirming the existence of fire once again. Actually, looking at this symbol, that makes sense now, because that looks like a sun. There you go. We know what this actually is for now. So we'll potentially be, most likely, be getting a fire Reaver to go with our air one. So that's very cool. We'll save at the Southern Lake, just so we have those cutscenes experienced. It would be obviously much faster for us to just reload our previous save, but that just undoes the journey, you know what I mean? So we're going to save just in case. And we've been met with a frozen lake, which is cool. And they just be patrolling it. Look at this. Here you go. This is the entrance, guys. Just needed a bit of health. This was very cool for us to go back and to check this out, even though we can't swim in this lake and we cannot access the Sarafan stronghold. What's been confirmed for me, at least, is the game was always intending to take us this way then. Because I guess we'll be heading in Janos Aldrin's direction. There will be some sort of forge for a fire Reaver, and then we'll end up coming back here anyway. So I've kind of just jumped the gun a bit and came here ahead of time, and that's what we get for being a little too curious. Did anyone else do this? Am I alone? I just think the exciting part of being in a new time is to go, hey, let's go look at these important locations just to see what's different and if there's anything new, right? And while we've kind of gotten a little bit of a confirmation that we'll be back here on purpose, you know, it was cool to do it on our own and just have a little bit of a explore, just to see that the Sarafan are indeed hanging out, and they do not like the look of us because we just look like a vampire, essentially. We are a monstrosity to them. Guys, please go and look at the murals, go look at the ancient pictures, you'll see I'm a special boy. This is one of my favorite parts of the soundtrack, for sure, this music, because it makes me think of Jak and Daxter so much. Like, this music that would 100%, like, it's almost exactly the same as, like, there's music in, like, Jak 2 or Jak 3 that plays almost exactly the same. It's that same and it's got like an echo. I don't know how to explain it. It's got like an echo to it, like it sounds hollow. And that same exact sound of music plays in the Jak games. Hopefully someone knows what I'm talking about, so I don't just sound crazy. But like, if you were to be like exploring some precursor ruins or something underground, this type of music would play in that game for sure. So it's evoking a sense of nostalgia for me in a game that I've never played before, and I love that. It's such a good feeling. I got that when we were playing Soul Reaver 1, because it played similar to like PlayStation 1 games that have this same approach of the like sort of the action adventure PS1 games. So I was like, and I'm always nostalgic for PlayStation 1 games anyway, because they have a very distinct feel and personality to them. Alright, this is still the same, and my weapon is left behind. Yeah, an instant nostalgia feeling for sure, and then you get into a game like this where it enters that like PlayStation 2 era, the next generation, and getting those different things that can still give you those feelings of nostalgia, whether it be like little soundtrack things or like sound effects, just the way that these games were built. I fear that the magic of video games, as much as we love modern video games, and there are just some amazing stories and worlds that are being built to this day, I just feel like a part of the magic died. Part of the magic died after the PS2 era. That's not even me being like, ugh, nothing's good nowadays, you know, or just... It really is like a little bit of a they don't make them like they used to mentality, for sure. And that is acknowledging that they have definitely made some bangers recently that are some of my favorites. But I just think for the most part, we're seeing a lot of these games that come out that are just massively overhyped, and then they end up being big stinky messes of just, don't worry guys, we will, you know, we'll do a patch and we'll fix it. And I think this is a problem with, this is one of those side effects of the double-edged sword of the internet. And the internet is amazing. We love being online. It's great. And it's so convenient and so useful and helpful, etc., etc. But there's a certain element of media that is suffering because of it. Video games were made to be a complete experience, like pristine. This shit has to work because we are shipping out copies. There's no updates. There's no day one patch. This is the game we made. It has to work. Otherwise, we have to do product recalls. We have to like repress all of the discs and make like a new version, which there actually are. There are games out there that have that, like platinum releases of PlayStation 1 games have subtle differences, stuff like that. They can't just release a patch and be like, don't worry, we'll fix it later. They can't afford mistakes like that. And the same thing even extends to like film and TV, like the classic, don't worry, we'll fix it or we'll add it in post, right? Back in the day, it was like, this has to look good. This has to look real. This has to be complete on the set as we make it. So to say they don't make them like they used to definitely isn't like shitting on the new stuff and without being productive. It's just more of like there was a magic that has been kind of lost. Because that term of movie magic is just CGI now, whereas it used to be, how the hell did they film this? How the hell did they do that? You know? I watched 2001: A Space Odyssey for the first time, I think early this year, and then I rewatched it a second time, actually in the cinema, which was amazing. My local theater was showing movies that inspired Nolan, leading up to the release of Oppenheimer, and 2001 was one of those movies. So I'm like, I've seen it before, but I'm going to go see it in the cinema. It was a religious experience, and I would wholly recommend anyone and everyone see that movie in the cinema, because it blew me away. And something about that is, with 2001, I was watching that movie and going, how did they make that? I'm just like looking at specific scenes and I'm going, how did they do that? And it was a movie from before the moon landing. Like, it was a movie made before humans went and landed on the moon. And it was just mind-blowing with that in mind, how real everything looked. There's a couple of like silly little things, as you'd expect in a movie from the 60s, but it was damn near flawless. And they had to do that instead of green screen and we'll fix it in post attitude. And this is obviously on a tangent, because we're going to circle back now that I've said all of that and say, holy shit, Legacy of Kain is something special, right? Because the amount of work that went into building this game's world, just amazing. Oh, made it. Never doubted myself for a second. And they had to get it right. They had to get it right. And then if like there's a situation where it's like with Soul Reaver, where apparently the development time, you know, they reached a bit of a time limit and they're like, we got to ship the game. You know, we must ship the game. So you end up with an experience that gives you a to be continued cliffhanger ending. Okay, how am I getting back out of here? Because this is a struggle. We've made a mistake. Okay, hold on. Oh, I can go up here. Nice. Okay, My controller keeps doing that thing. I'm trying desperately to pull my wings out. The controller says no. It says to hold the autophase to just rise, but it still makes me go forwards. It's kind of interesting. And then you just stuck levitating here awkwardly. There we go. Let's try not to fall down. Oh shit. Will we make it across without the... I don't know if I'll make it across. What do I do about this? God, getting out of here is so much harder now. I think now that I've activated that that air thing, I need to go and get the Dark Reaver now. Well, this is awkward. Remember when we used to just swim through this area and then it'll take us through? Now it's just a whole adventure. The worst part is that I know that we're going to have to do it again soon. So we're going to have to come back this way because we've decided to do this early. So you get the Air Reaver to activate this. Then you have to go to the Dark one. I feel like this is a bit of a drawback from this game's experience, is you have to go to specific elements to get them. You can't just cycle through unlocked ones. I think if you're able to cycle through unlocked ones, that would mean a lot to me, personally. Because then I don't have to do this. A lot of back and forth. Yeah, I just think like the stress and the sort of mentality towards a video game going gold, having it be ready to be pressed on disc and shipped, just obviously meant so much more back then, because it was like, this game is getting sent out, no fixes. Otherwise it's big trouble. Because all of the times where things have happened, like games shipping with like game-breaking bugs, is they just have to go, sorry, better watch out for that. I swear, if that enemy hit me off. And that's why you have like these games that have these famous like glitches and bugs, because obviously no game's going to ship perfectly, but it was just definitely more of an approach back in the day that was like, nothing that's gonna, you know, you're not going to have a Cyberpunk launch scenario, you're not going to have a Redfall scenario, you're not going to have a Halo Infinite scenario, you're not going to have, what else we got? What else released as a buggy mess when it came out? Plenty, but like, it just didn't happen as much. Alright, we're finally back to where we started, which is Mobius's time chamber. And this swamp is still swamping. Even way back when. I thought it would have like maybe transformed into this over time. It's cool to see these lit. And I will say it's nice to not be chased by those goddamn demons like we were in the future. They were awful. So it's nice to get a bit of a break from those. That was a difficulty spike and a half. I guess I'll add to my tangent as well, considering we're just running through and exploring. So this is an Apocalypse podcast moment. But something that I really appreciate is how these old games were built. And something that upsets me is whenever people are just like, don't bother, that game's too old, the magic is gone. You know, that's why remakes are important, because nobody cares about the older games, you know, and it's obviously that's simply and fundamentally untrue. Like, we have so many people that can still go back and experience these. I mean, it's what I'm doing, and I'm not alone out here. But people have, in general, have such a dismissive attitude towards older games, and there's a lot of people that I've spoken to, even that I know personally, that just say they just can't play a game if it doesn't have good graphics. You know, like, that is a very, like, mainstream opinion, is like, the game has to have good graphics for me to play. That's their biggest roadblock, and it's such a shame, because they miss out on such incredibly well-crafted experiences. Like, these people that had such ancient, archaic technology, and they were forced to make a video game that was just so ahead of its time, and cooking up one of the most incredible stories or voice acting or soundtracks known to man, and then you've got people that are just like, yeah, fuck, but it looks shit though. You know? And it's that kind of thing that really, it's just really unfortunate. And I get it, like, games with good graphics do be looking pretty, you know? They look nice. But I won't let that stop me, you know? I won't let that stop me from having a good time with an older game. That is an invisible wall, so we're not going that way. I was like, maybe, it looks like we could get up there. Like, there are people that struggle a lot with, like, getting into Final Fantasy VII, and I get that. It's early days. It's a blocky mess. It was their first time with a 3D game, and then Final Fantasy VIII comes along and just knocks it out of the park. We're looking much better. Final Fantasy VII is still very dearly beloved to me. Like, those pre-rendered backgrounds are just special. As much as the character models are charming, they've still got issues. But I can understand why it's hard to get into. I think another thing that people struggle with as well is obviously games are a lot easier in the sense that there's a lot of things that might hold your hand a little bit more. Hello, fellas. There's a lot of things that might hold your hand a little bit more, or be a little bit more difficult to keep track of where you are in games. Like, that's why we be writing things down and stuff like that to keep a track of where we are, what we're doing. It happens. I'm getting a bit overwhelmed here, fellas. The Sarafan are no joke. Alright, now you guys just don't attack me for a sec. Free your soul, demon. If only you knew. My soul is my own. I hope Raziel's slaying the Sarafan won't have any negative consequences. Because like I said, this feels a little bit more than just a pebble in a stream. This feels like dealing a significant blow to the Sarafan through Raziel. Can you not? The sword is definitely the better one to use. I like the juggling move that we got. Oh, never mind. Why can't enemies be knocked off, you know? If I am to suffer gravity, why not they? Sure. This material realm bores me, and its need to adhere to the laws of physics. Gotcha. Why did that take so long for the soul to get inside of me? It spawned right on top of me. And it's still flying. Come back to me, soul. Where did it go? Where did it... Wow, it vanished. Oh, there it is. Thank you. It's like, how did that take so long? You are useless at close range. Damn, they really be decorating this place, huh? What's up? Fellas! My brothers! You guys are not gonna believe this. But you would, like, I can't tell you, you know? It would just be... You guys wouldn't get it. We're not so different, you and I. Ow. I've been here before. We know the ropes, guys. I might not have been here in your time, but I've been here in my time. Do-do-do-do. Yeah. Quick, shut the goats! Okay, shit. I shut him in here with me. Tried to shut you outside, it did not work. Nice, okay. Merry Christmas! Lovely weather we're having. Oh, there's a save point in the middle of town. Look, the world used to be so much more beautiful. Save points everywhere. Save points die out over time, apparently. How nice. Or maybe this was just like closed off or sealed, because I definitely don't remember that. Oh man, okay. Yep, it's that thing I've got to do. Hey, stop that. Hold on, guys. You don't like me when I've got... Wait, I put that down. That's right, you're not gonna like me when I'm using my... Reaver! Oh, I picked up the blade again, okay. It's a problem with hanging out near weapons, is you're gonna pick them up. Thank you for waiting. Oh! No. If you don't... No. No. Stop the move spam. Have you got some variety, sir? You're like one of those stupid Mortal Kombat players. Like me, who only spams one move. Don't do that. It's frowned upon. Guys, could you believe it? But if you look out there, there are more Sarafan. Unbelievable. You guys have no idea how hard I work my butt off to respect your lineage and history. Oh, look at all this shit. Oh, it's free. Do not shoot me while I'm climbing up here, you bastard. Oh, I stayed on. Ow, my ass.
Get him.
You know what? No. No! It's because their It's because their projectiles are so fast. It's just easier to run. Nice checkpoint.
After my long journey, I finally stood on the threshold of enlightenment. For here was Janos Audrin's mountain retreat, intact and unblemished. The upheaval that would one day topple this ancient edifice had not yet occurred. And while I had no certainty that Janos still lived, this scene boded well, for I presumed that the collapse of the retreat must have followed the ancient vampire's demise. There was only one obstacle: how to reach the balcony suspended at that maddening height, so far beyond my reach. For this was the architecture of winged creatures. The tattered ruins of my wings were of no use. I would need to devise some other means into that mountain.
With our wings, we've got the air Reaver, mate. Don't even stress. We'll get up there somehow. We're almost there. We'll figure it out. Like, there it is. We just have to shift and go underwater. But with that one, I need to shift for a moment, take a break, and then we will proceed down here. Alright, let's dive back in. Now, I don't know if we can shift. Yeah, I think we can shift in the water. Haha, that's clever. That's a door. Oh. 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 That's cool. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. That's really neat. So, in the first game, you had swimming, but it just... And then if you went into the water before you unlocked swimming, you would go back to the spirit plane, but like... It's very weird, like there isn't a... When you're in the spirit plane in this game, it just doesn't even feel like there's any water whatsoever. Just like disappears. That's cool. And weird. Alright, I guess we can do this now. The butthole has... Oh, and we're back in water. The camera is really not liking this. Okay. Butthole has been sealed. That's a really cool effect. To go from water to no water like that. Cool. Where are we? We are in Janos Audrin's retreat. Okay, we're in, baby. Take a sip. Take a sip from the blood. Oh man, okay, we just got stuff, huh? Okay. We're just in a place with stuff, huh? I love it when the game puts me in a situation where there's just stuff. And it says, figure it out, loser. This reminds me of the... in Soul Reaver 1, there's like a thing. And it's got like a little lever that you pull and then the drawbridges come down. And then there's something in the middle that you can use constrict on, I believe, but we never went back for that, so I think that would have been a glyph. Also, something that is quite interesting is, you know, we have our climbing, we have our swimming, we have our projectile shooting ability. We don't have constrict. You know, that's never come up again. We can't, at least just to my knowledge, or there's just nothing constrictable. You know, maybe we do have the ability, but dude, I don't know what it is specifically about this, because sometimes it works, and it's not the controller, because this is a brand new controller, and it's only on this game. Every time I don't need the wings, look at that, it'll consistently appear. But every time I'm like, all right, let's go, the game is like, no, you don't need those wings. Alright, we have this. I don't know what we're going to do with it, though. That's the fun part. That's empty. And the one below is not. It looks like we're going to need darkness to blind the eye. Atmospheric music. So weird. Oh, yeah, nice. Okay, cool. Gotcha. Oh, nice. And now we can... Now we're in here and we can go and get the elemental wells that are out here. Okay. So there's a light one over there, but we need a dark one, which I think is up here. Yep. So we'll go and do that. Oh, hang on. I don't know if there's any point to going down here, because it's just the same as that. Oh, there's a... Okay, right. Forgot that there's a cheeky... Okay, do you mind? I have the most powerful weapon in existence. Okay. Yep. Thanks. Alright, I need to go back and go get the air Reaver.
Free your soul, demon.
I'll tell you one thing. They have enemies that can attack through my block. I'll tell you one thing. I kind of forget that there's a block in the game because they only added it in this one. But even then, as soon as I went to go and use it, an enemy immediately broke my guard. That's amazing. Meanwhile, I can wail on an enemy for an eternity and it will never break. It's perfect. Alright, so we'll get this air power. So we'll backtrack a bit now. Oh, launched. Did he go into the water? I heard the water noise. Oh, he went into... I actually got him into the water. That is amazing. What a shot. Darkness within darkness awaits you. I wonder if it's just the one fill that we need to do, whether we need to do multiple. Oh, nice. Just one. Love it. Oh, what? Oh, the blood path is so cool. I love that. That's awesome. And the change in music. Like, hey guys, you like my rug in my ice castle? This atmosphere, though. Look at this place. The Ice King's in here somewhere. Wipe your feet on the rug on your way through.
The mountain's interior was hollow, I discovered, and graced with soaring architecture unique to its creators. As with the outer facade, these balconies and galleries could only be reached by those gifted with flight. With only my ruined wings to carry me, this towering labyrinth seemed impassable. While the object of my quest lay just beyond my grasp. For here, suspended at the apex of the chamber, was the threshold that surely led to the great vampire himself. I didn't know whether Janos Ordren was the monster depicted in the stronghold, or one of the noble creatures memorialized among the ruins of the ancient vampires. But I didn't care. Demon or angel, he alone held the key to my destiny.
Okay, luckily enough I could kind of hear most of that, but also at the same time, Jesus. Like, what the fuck's going on with the music drowning out everything there? The ruined Eyrie. The edifice was clearly not crafted by human artifacts. As the figure beneath the balcony silently attested, these were the Eyries of winged beings. Undoubtedly, I stood before the mountain refuge of the legendary Janos Aldrin. But the entire sanctuary lay in ruin. Oh, hang on, this is ages ago. What? Oh, it doesn't do it's not every single cutscene ever. It's only the big stuff. I can't even read the script for that, unfortunately. That sucks. It's like I heard bits and pieces and could mostly make it out. That's very unfortunate that they decided to be like, let's have the music just drown everything out. Oh, that's a creepy door. I might restart the game just to make sure that the game's not like bugging out on me. And then we'll be, but if I do that, that means that I have to go back to my save point. That was so long ago. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I could turn off the music, but then that's just like stripping away the experience. You know, I don't want to do that either. Hopefully it was just for that one scene, maybe. So, formal apologies. I guess there'll be another one. So we use this. We got blood magic in Legacy of Kain. Interesting. Oh, there's enemies in here too. One with a red shield. I think I've got to do that to open the door. Okay, not actually sure where to put this. So, might have to put this one away for now. So I can see... So we've got the air one up there, we've got a darkness one there. And a light one on the ground. Oh, I see. That's why there's a hole in here? Wait. We got a crystal to shoot with the light. Oh, wow, that stands out quite clearly. Okay, what now? Oh, you have to get them both at the same time. Okay. Bridge lowered. Lovely. All right, now we can open this. That door looks so cool. And it's just gone. Okay. So now that we've done that... Oh, I see. Oh, wow. Okay, so we're gonna have to do a bunch of, like, standing in the right position and having light puzzles. Gotcha. Okay. Oh, okay. I see now. So now we can pick up the blood vial. And then we can go and walk it on through. Because bridge is down, door is open, so we can get to this other side. All because there's not a walkway out here. Classic. So this will make another blood path. Only one way, though. Oh, no, it does both. Okay, cool. Oh, it does more. Yes, no, maybe. Okay. Next level. So we're going to carry the blood up to that one. Okay, there's another 2. You don't even have to charge it, actually. Brings us to another enemy with a shield. Another one of these. Alright, so I need the light for that. Oh, man. We're gonna be here a while. Try and get his attention. See if he'll come this way. he's not going to come to me, which is really annoying. Alright. But I need to get the power of darkness. Okay. I guess what we'll do is we'll go down here. We'll activate this. Switch to this. And now we go and fill the thing. Freaked out for a second there because I was like, wait a minute. But no. Alright. The blood. Carry it through. I'm walking through that. That eye there is interesting. And then we put this here. Power of darkness can now blind the eye. Go get the shield. Whoa. It's weird how there's like no glass sound effect when you're walking on this bridge. It's complete silence. There's just nothing. Another level. Two doors. Okay, hold on. Alright, I need the power of light. What's going on here? Interesting. Dude, every time I desperately need the game to let me do the glide, the game goes, nope, you cannot activate. Fucking hell. It's so annoying. use that on this one. Oh, door opened. We've got some more chalices. Oh man, okay. I'm gonna need the power of a light to come back up here then. Okay, so that definitely blocks them. Okay. I don't think I can do that. I don't think I'm able to jump there and make it. Dude, okay. Why won't it jump? Getting pretty sick and tired of that. Okay, and that's where the bowl is. So I have to get these two. Oh, does it reflect? No. Damn it. Okay, I need to get rid of this so I can get those two. But it is physically in the way. Oh, I'm so stupid. Why did that take so long? Why did that take so long to click? It's literally got the symbol on the thing. I don't know why that took me so long. Now it's just cups and blood. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. Not yet. Almost. Ugh. I need 2 lots of cups and blood, actually. I think if you go too far, the cups reset. This is such a cool little environmental puzzle, though. I love the idea of having blood ritual pathways. It's just really neat and gruesome. I love it. Okay, now to get to that one, which we can do now with another cup. Imagine if you just had wings, dude. Imagine if you just had wings. Meanwhile, we're doing this stuff. Nice. I've made it. Let's go. Hello? Anyone home?
Janos Audrin?
Oh my god!
It is heartening after all these years to hear my name spoken without contempt. Razia? My child, what have they done to you?
I have been dragged through hell and back. All it seems to reach this moment. But I don't yet know why.
For thousands of years I have waited, alone here, losing faith. At the time of the binding, 9 guardians were called to serve the pillars, and I was summoned as the 10th guardian, the keeper of the Reaver, the weapon of our salvation. Over time, our race died out, until I alone remained, sustained only by my obligation to you and by my guardianship of the blade.
And the other 9? Why did their guardianship not sustain them?
I don't know. As our race dwindled, the humans prospered. I have watched over the centuries as our history faded into myth and finally receded altogether. The humans have forgotten us entirely and claimed the pillars for themselves, wholly ignorant of their true purpose. To them, I am merely a devil, the origin of their vampire plague.
Why would the pillars summon human guardians then, if they are meant to be served by vampires?
The pillars choose their guardians from birth, Raziel, and vampires are no longer born. This is the crux of our dilemma, and this is the terrible irony. With their vampire purge, the members of the Circle have assaulted the very architects of the pillars they are sworn to protect. They have embarked on a treacherous path. With every vampire they kill, the humans are slitting their own throats. They know I'm up here, beyond their reach, and it terrifies them. You can see how they flaunt their kills to torment me, or perhaps simply to lure me out. They have this foolish notion that destroying me will somehow topple our entire bloodline. Thankfully, we're not that fragile.
I have seen them mustering their forces in the village below.
Yes. I don't know what they're plotting, but I fear our time may be bitterly short.
Mankind seems to have brought you only torment and grief. You must hate them.
They fear what they don't understand, and they despise what they fear. But no, I do not hate them.
Vorador does.
He has suffered much. He cannot forgive them.
Should they be forgiven?
They don't understand what they're doing. They are simply unenlightened and vulnerable to manipulation.
So, it's all true then, what Cain and Vorador have told me. I really am some kind of unholy vampire messiah.
Unholy? No. Messiah, perhaps.
I don't like that word. It smells of martyrdom.
Raziel, your role in this world's destiny is more crucial and more benevolent than you've allowed yourself to believe. Your journey will not be easy. Dark powers are allied against you. But I think you already know this. You appear to have been cruelly tested. The binding must be secured, Raziel. The pillars are the lock.
And the Reaver is the key.
Yes.
The Reaver is here. Why do I feel nothing?
The most formidable weapon ever forged by our swordsmiths. They infused the blade with vampiric energy, empowering the Reaver to drain our enemies of their precious lifeblood.
As Janos presented the blade, an inexplicable sense of dread crept over me, more palpable than anything I'd felt before. I was at once horribly repelled by the sword, and yet irresistibly compelled to touch it, to take it up. Please, take it away from me.
I fear you have been followed. You must save yourself, Raziel.
Janos! No!
Oh, fuck. The prophecy is... Not the prophecy, the fucking image on the wall still plays out. The heart of darkness.
My surroundings whirled sickeningly, and I found myself transported safely away from the ambush to an adjacent chamber. Janos had delivered me from the Sarafan, selflessly forfeiting his own safety to preserve my life. And now I feared that my newfound mentor would be slaughtered by the very crusaders I had so recently revered. The irony pierced me, And with dawning horror, I realized that I had been duped by Mobius from the beginning. For the Sarafan had simply followed the path I gullibly blazed through this sanctuary, and had arrived bearing Mobius's staff. Thus armed, they had Janos at their mercy. Through the door, I could hear them battling, less than a dozen paces away. But it may as well have been 1,000 miles, for this barrier was sealed by elemental forces I did not possess. It seemed Janos had conveyed me into the heart of the fire shrine. I thought perhaps if I could galvanize the forge and imbue the Reaver in time, I might have a slim chance of saving Janos from his grisly fate.
Oh man. Yes. If only I could solve this shit in time. I love that. Alright, we are to possess the element of fire in some sort of weird as hell room. Yes, hopefully I could reach him in time. I just have to solve some sort of crystal, a bunch of floating pillars, a blood river, and obtain the power of fire. You know, it's going to be easy. Holy shit, though, that dialogue, that scene, some of the greatest dialogues so far. That's me. Oh my god, that's my unmistakable Fringe with the Reaver. Oh, thank God. Okay. So we're at the fire shrine to obtain the fire Reaver, because we've seen that symbol around. That's going to be what is used to melt the ice. Holy shit. We've met Janos Uldren, and I think that must mean he is the one on all of those murals that we're seeing with the beautiful wings, and he doesn't look at all like he's pictured in the Sarafan stronghold, because if I recall correctly, in the Sarafan stronghold he's very like a cliche monstrous vampire looking thing and having the heart of darkness ripped out of him. But he looks so similar to me. He recognizes me as well. He's like, Raziel, my son. Oh man, that is so cool. What a beautiful scene. And the Soul Reaver again being presented to us, but no sort of time warping happening around us. Our Soul Reaver blade doesn't come out to play. So very interesting there. And then as soon as that happens, the Sarafan. What's the bet that is that dude? Because there was a guy underneath a helmet, which was really cool to see, like a rendered face. What's the bet that that's the brother that we didn't get to kill in the first Soul Reaver game? The missing brother. That feels incredibly likely. Very exciting. So Janos was to be the 10th Guardian. And he's like the protector of the Soul Reaver. The pillars, the binding. So the pillars are like the lock, and the Soul Reaver is the key. Amazing. That's what I wrote down. And then I loved the way that Raziel was talking about how much he hates the word Messiah. Smells like martyrdom. It's just the way that some of these lines are written and the way that these characters communicate them. The voice actors do a tremendous job. It's beautiful. It really is. I love that. So with some sort of weird vampiric Messiah. There you go. Incredible. I can't wait to see how this is going to play out. We're in the Fire Forge, so we're going to save, and we're going to bring this episode of Soul Reaver 2 to a close with that in mind. So next time we go through the Fire Shrine, obtain that power, and maybe, just maybe, could we save Janos Uldren's life and prevent the Heart of Darkness from being ripped out of his body? Let's find out next time. Hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you then.